Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston. I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
Hello, it's tier list day. Let's go.
Yeah, we're doing a fun tier list today. We wanted to rank the secret rares. We finally got our last secret rare for set four, and we thought it was a good time to talk about our understanding of the secret rares and their meta implications and their impact overall. I think it might be fair to say that super rares have had a bigger impact overall in the game,
Absolutely.
but these secret rares that we have so far, how good they do.
How good?
Oh.
How good they do. Oh, that's hilarious. And let's
Get
get
that
right into it.
in.
It's classic tier list. S is the best, D is the worst, and we have them down here. The first one, Preston, I have here is your favorite, Miss Yamato, him Yamato, they Yamato,
Yeah,
Yamato. What do you think?
Yamato is a great secret rare that we keep talking about. When new cards come out, we talk about how we want to play Yamato around them. So he is a great card. They open up a new level of game. And when we first saw it, we were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This card is incredible. So I put it at A tier. I wish it had more meta impact, but when it does get played, it makes a difference. So we had the first Hide the Yamato deck that did well
Mm-hmm.
in set one, maybe early set two,
Mm-hmm.
and that changed my viewpoint of how this character should be played. So I think it's a great card. I think it's alt S tier, and I think the character card itself is A.
Yeah, we're absolutely going to talk about the alts as well, being in their own tier list, just off prettiness.
Yeah.
Yamato is absolutely an S alt. She's gorgeous. Yamato has a card. We come from other games that don't have double attack banish. These cards are generally very, very hard to play. They cost an arm and a leg, and they're to have a ton of other things attached to them. I'm thinking about Dragon Ball and a
Hmm.
bunch of other games. So when I saw it, I was like, "Wow, this is the direction we're going."
Hmm.
So my immediate mind was, "How do I protect the president?" And we
Yeah.
keep getting more and more cards to make this more and more possible. And Yamato will continue to grow. And I don't think meta wise she has a ton of impact. If we're doing just off meta, she's probably like a B or a C. But it's the impact that she causes when you do play against to protect the Yamato deck. If your deck's not equipped to deal with it, she's gonna run you over. And then she's Wano Country, which we keep getting support for Wano Country every single set. So I think A tier is pretty valid for Yamato. Wonderful card, S tier alts. So I'm good with the first one.
Yeah,
Next,
absolutely.
next we have Shanks. Shanks obviously has seen less and less play since set two. For this, Shank ends up in D tier. I think if we're thinking about alts, I think D tier is probably also fair. It's kind of a boring. Actually, let's go C tier. She's definitely better than D tier. He got played. He got played.
Fair,
He
yeah.
got played. I think if we're thinking alts, he's probably C or D tier. And it's not an impressive alt. I like the card design. It looks really flashy, but when we look at the other ones, they're just chef's kiss.
I think
Yeah,
that the alt should have been swapped. I think that the art for the alt art should have been the standard art,
probably.
and the standard art should have been on the alt art. And then that makes the manga art just so much better. It makes the middle alt
Yeah,
art that is just the manga colored manga panel with the Shanks in the background so much better if it has this hand drawn,
true.
beautifully rendered standard art. But like you said, it did get played.
Got
It
played.
doesn't get played anymore. Its meta impact now is zero. At the time, it's a scary card to run into. I mean, still scary card to run into, but I think there's just more scary SRs now. So
Oh,
you don't even play it. So it's
Whitebeard. Yeah.
yeah.
And there's potential for him, right? He has a red-haired pirate tag. We have seen a little bit of the card spread out, so this card could get a lot better. Whitebeard obviously is really good because he has that support. So maybe one day when we do this, Shanks will be viewed in a different light. But for right now,
Mhm.
C tier. Alt art, C tier. This art, though, you're absolutely right, is absolutely better than the alt. He looks cold as. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good.
incredible.
Yeah, he's good.
Um, Moving on to set two. Set two was Kuzan and Uta, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Kuzan as of set two probably hits higher in the tier list. We're seeing all the way up to set 4 right now, so I do think it loses value the longer it goes. I think when it came out, it was like A or S because it has to be played in the black deck, and now it's probably fallen to close to a B,
Yeah.
maybe lower. What do you think?
No, I think it's right. You know, ISO really hurts the value. I don't know what it is about super rares, the next set that just crushes the value of your secret rares. But ISO does a lot of similar things, hits the hand, which very few cards do, but
Hmm.
still has a minus to the entire board. And you don't need a -5 because the Admirals are hitting pretty high drops already anyway, so a -1 does the job. So I think that hurts Kuzan's value. However, if we're talking about the alts, probably still a B.
Hmm.
Probably still a B tier. I'm actually a big fan of this one. I think it's pretty tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Good card, great card. Saw its way out, and that's more than we can say for Uta, which never got off the ground, unfortunately, because the alt art is S tier. From my understanding, it's drawn and colored by the creator of Promise Neverland,
Yes.
so it automatically gets a higher level. Not the anime, the manga. Promise Neverland. Sorry.
Oh,
Um,
the manga's so good. It's okay. I get
Manga's
it.
so good.
I understand.
Um, but the alt is incredible. I put it up in the high A tiers, but the card, unfortunately, is too expensive for what it does and ends up in D tier. Never got played. I never saw it in a deck.
You know, I saw it in joke decks, but I never saw it in like big tournament decks. It costs
Yeah,
too much. Like you could play King for one less, and he greatly impacts the board.
right.
If Udo was maybe a 6 drop or like I don't know something a little lower, maybe she'll get played.
Mhm.
But she's in a contested high drop purple era, and yeah, purple needs to play the most beneficial card to inflicting the board, and that is not Uda. And I really enjoy the all. It's probably an A tier for me, but
Mhm.
I see S tier. For set 3, these are probably my favorite of secret rares. Obviously, they're the ones that we're about to get. So here
Yeah.
in the West, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna start with Katakuri. Katakuri is a wonderful 8 drop. He's going to affect the game probably for a long time. I'm gonna put him in A. If we're thinking about all artwork though, that's an S. That artwork is gorgeous,
Hmm.
and huge fan of Katakuri in this yellow set.
Yeah, extremely impactful. Yellow obviously needs a good alt or a good card to start off with, and they got a great secret right here that is impactful. I think it is impactful in set 4 also because yellow gets a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see our yellow breakdown probably next week, depending on when we release it. But it's still going to be playable in set
Yeah.
4, I think,
Yeah.
and it's still the probably one of the better cards to play in yellow, right next to the super rare Big Mom.
Yeah.
So I absolutely think that it's high up on the list. The thing is, the other secret rare in this set is S tier.
Yeah, both in art and in effectiveness, he has some of the coldest arts in the game. And then this effect is absolutely universal, right? So it's not you don't have to build whatever deck. If you need a 7 drop, I promise you're probably going to Sogeking. Being able to bounce and then draw and trash too is huge to the game. And if he's also Sogeking from Sniper Island, so I don't know what else you really want from me right now.
He has two disgusting arts too.
Yeah,
Both of his alt arts are S tier.
yeah.
The card is S tier. It has a bunch of utility. It will be played in set 3. I can see people, like you were saying, splashing it. It has counter. Like, how many of these cards actually have counter power?
Just probably just Yamato.
So far, just Yamato.
And I think Vivi has counter too.
Yeah, Vivi does. We haven't got to Vivi yet. She's next. But yeah, like, it's a very, very good card. We will gush about Sogeking from Sniper Island
Absolutely.
until another Sogeking comes out.
Never.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, that blue deck always run the Doflamingo. It immediately swapped out for this Soy King, and I like the fact that it stayed good. It wasn't replaced easily by a super rare in the next set, so shout
yeah,
out Soy King from Sniper Island.
hell yeah. That brings us to our newest secret rares with Don Quixote Rocinante and Vivi Nefertari. Uh, how do you see these guys stacking up to the rest of the game. I know Vivi had a huge impact in publicity when it came out. Like as soon as it was announced, people were just going crazy for it. But the more we see stuff, how do you feel about where it's going to land, at least for its first set?
It's so tough, right? If we look at the current meta, what's being played, there's so many cards that easily deal with it. The one plus side is set four is incredibly exciting, and there's a lot of different cards, a lot of different colors that I think have potential being played. So your deck's gonna have to have an answer for VV, and if it doesn't, it might just run you over. So I think it's a niche card. I think I'm gonna put it with Kuzan and B tier. Like I see it doing well. I also see it not doing well. So I think it's somewhere in the niche, somewhere in the middle. It has a lot of potential if there's any other cards that come out that can help protect her.
Hmm.
That's not really a strong suit for red.
Hmm.
So it depends on the protection. It depends on the, can every color respond to this guy? I know red can, I know black can, but what about the other guys? Are they going to struggle a little bit? I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible effect to give all of your characters rush with a cost of three or higher. That's incredible. That's why people are freaking out about it. But when you look at everything as a whole, like you're saying, you end up getting to a point where seven costs can easily, with other cards on this list like Kuzan, bring it down to a two, and then it just dies. Black
Mm-hmm.
takes care of it. There's a little cards that take it down little by little with black that can kill it. It's easily put into range with most of red's KO cards. Can easily get into Vista and Robin territory. So it's easily killed, and I think that's why it loses value for us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know when I'm playing, I'm holding my counters. If I see a red deck and they're not playing the standard BS one cost weenie deck, and you're like, oh, this is more of a mid game deck, I'm terrified that VV's coming. I'm holding all of my answers, and I'm making sure that it's in hand by the time this VV hits the board, and
Right.
immediately taking care of it.
Right, it has a ton of mind games. If you burn your jet pistol on a 4 drop 6K vanilla wipe your guy and then VV comes out, you're not going to be happy. Um, but then again, I'm wondering if that deck has space for a card like VV. It's a tough card to play, but it's a card I think you need to be aware of. So I think B tier is probably accurate for it. And if it doesn't see play, it probably won't go to D tier like Uda, just because of the value it can oppose. And if you don't prepare for it, it's going to beat you. And
Mhm.
then the last secret rare of the set, the last one revealed was Rosalante of the Don Quixote Pirates. And Preston, what do we think about this guy?
I love Rocinante. He's gonna be my next bodyguard for Yamato. If I'm pretty sure our green list is already out, where we talk about green. Um, this character is great. Um, I'm gonna play a ton of it. I don't know if it has a great place everywhere, and not having seen anything for this new set, uh, I don't know what kind of impact it will actually have. The idea of it playing a five cost, so you're getting an eight cost 8K and a five cost something at the same time is really good. I think it will probably grow in value the longer the game goes on. But for now, I'm gonna put it right next to Vivi as mostly like it's really good, but I don't know, and that's kind of my thought process on it. What do you think?
Yeah, so obviously they haven't come out, right? And we're kind of just speculating on it. Rosalante is
Mm.
a little harder to read. If we're looking at the Dofi deck that we definitely covered, it doesn't have a perfect home in that deck. It's not protecting a key 5 drop for you. But when you think about Yamato and protecting the president, that has great effects. So I think the value of this guy is going to come from the creativity of the players. So
Mhm.
it's what decks we can build, what dual color leaders what cards can we mix around to figure it out.
Mhm.
Because for me, I went straight to protect the president. I already working on that next Yamato deck.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's. I think it's very niche, right? You're gonna use it to these very specific decks. I don't think it's like Katakuri that you're gonna play in most yellow decks. Not like Usopp you're gonna play in most blue decks.
Mhm.
Um, but I do think it will find a home, and I think it's gonna rock. I think this is a really good card.
Mhm.
It's just once it finds its niche, it'll probably jump up probably to A tier.
Yeah, and it could go all over the place with it. But right now, it's just what is it used for in this green deck that's coming out? What is it used for other than being a different type of Eustace Captain Kidd? Um, it's very similar as a super rare that already came out. I'm
Hmm.
sure, like we don't get to talk about Vivi and Rocinante's alt because we haven't seen them. If we have seen them, they're speculative, um, so we don't know where they land, and that could change it. If his alt art's disgusting, if his alt art has law in it,
I hope it's the smiling in front of the treasure chest with his peace signs. That's what I hope it is, and I'm gonna cry.
oh, break my heart.
Yeah,
Yeah, this I will put him in S tier if his alt art is good enough. I don't care. The impact in my life it will
there
change
you go.
the
There
it
you
from
go.
B to S immediately.
Yeah, the cultural impact will be way more than the meta impact.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
I love that. Well, this is our secret rare tier list. This is what we think, guys, in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is Uda S tier? I need to hear why. I need to hear what decks you're playing Uda in because seriously, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But please, guys, let us know in the comments your Rosalante combos, your VV combos. Let us know. Get the deck building juices going. And if you're still here, please consider doing the YouTube things like comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, peace.
Bye bye. Did you hit him with the Rosalante piece, everything, and the smile? You monster.
I do think Rocinante goes up at some point. I had a reason. I forgot it. It's so good though.
It was,
I promise it's a great idea.
yeah, I thought it was great. I just don't remember it right now.
Yeah, don't ask me to explain.
No further comment.